Lafayette War Daddy Poole is known as one of the greatest tank commanders of World War II. In just 81 days of tough fighting, he and his crew destroyed more enemy vehicles than anyone else, making him a true legend. Poole's story is one of courage and skill, and his achievements still stand out as some of the most impressive in history. In this video, we'll know about Poole's masterclass journey in the Army. So let's begin. Early life and path to becoming a tank commander. Lafayette Poole's journey to becoming one of World War II's greatest tank commanders began early in life. He was born in 1919 in Odom, Texas, where he grew up on a farm. From a young age, Poole showed a natural talent for working with machines. He loved taking apart tractors and farm equipment, learning how they worked and how to fix them. This practical knowledge of mechanics would serve him well in the coming years, especially when he had to command tanks in battle. In 1941, when the United States entered World War II, Poole joined the U.S. Army. His mechanical skills and his ability to think quickly under pressure made him a perfect fit for the Army's new Armored Corps. Poole went through rigorous training, where he quickly stood out as one of the top recruits. His instructors saw his leadership potential and his knack for understanding how tanks work, so he was assigned to the 32nd Armored Regiment of the 3rd Armored Division, also known as the Spearhead Division. During training, Poole learned a key tactic known as combined arms warfare. This involved coordinating tanks with infantry, artillery, and air support to create a powerful, unified force. These lessons would prove essential in his later battles, where his ability to work closely with other military units became one of his greatest strengths. Early combat success in Normandy. Poole's combat career began in the summer of 1944 during the Normandy campaign. This was a crucial time in the war, as Allied forces had landed on the beaches of Normandy and were pushing the Germans out of France. Poole and his crew, operating an M4 Sherman tank that they had nicknamed In the Mood, were thrown into some of the fiercest fighting of the campaign. In late June 1944, Poole took part in his first major engagement. It was during this battle that Poole's talent for tank warfare became clear. His Sherman tank destroyed 3 German armored vehicles, including a powerful Panzer IV tank, and killed over 70 German soldiers. The Panzer IV was one of Germany's best tanks, with thicker armor and a bigger gun than Poole's Sherman. However, Poole used the Sherman's superior speed and agility to outmaneuver the Panzer and attack it from the sides, where its armor was weaker. This ability to think on his feet and use tactics to overcome his tank's weaknesses would define Poole's style throughout the war. By the end of the battle, Poole had made a name for himself. His aggressive and effective fighting style earned him the nickname War Daddy, and his reputation as a fearless tank commander began to grow. Tactical brilliance, mastering the battlefield. As Poole gained more experience in combat, he developed a reputation for being a master of battlefield tactics. One of his greatest strengths was his ability to use the terrain to his advantage. Poole often positioned his tank in areas where he could surprise the enemy or force them into vulnerable positions. This was particularly important when facing superior German tanks like the Panther and the Tiger, which had stronger armor and bigger guns than the Sherman. One of the most famous moments of Poole's career happened near Colombier, France. Poole's tank came face-to-face with a German Panther, one of the deadliest tanks of the war. The Panther fired 2 shots at Poole's Sherman, but both missed. Staying calm under pressure, Poole's gunner, Clarence Groundhog Oehler, fired a single well-aimed shot that destroyed the Panther. This encounter showed Poole's ability to remain composed in high-pressure situations and make quick, decisive moves that often turned the tide of battle. But Poole's tactical brilliance wasn't limited to small skirmishes. He also excelled in leading larger units in battle. For example, during an attack south of Colombiers, Poole's platoon stumbled upon a group of tanks from the German 2nd Panzer Division. Even though they were outnumbered, Poole's quick thinking and aggressive tactics allowed his unit to destroy several enemy tanks and withdraw without suffering heavy losses. His ability made him one of the most respected commanders in the 3rd Armored Division. Poole's incredible combat record. Lafayette Poole's effectiveness as a tank commander can best be understood by looking at the numbers. Over just 81 days from June 27th to September 15th, 1944, Poole and his crew took part in at least 21 major attacks, achieving extraordinary results. Destroyed 258 enemy vehicles, including tanks, self-propelled guns, and armored personnel carriers. Eliminated 12 German tanks, including several Panthers, some of the most powerful tanks in the German arsenal. Captured over 250 German soldiers in combat. Killed approximately 1,000 enemy soldiers. Destroyed numerous anti-tank guns, including at least one of the feared 88mm cannons, a weapon that had proven deadly to Allied tanks throughout the war. To put this in perspective, Michael Wittmann, one of Germany's most famous tank aces, is credited with destroying around 138 vehicles, including 117 tanks, during his entire career. Poole, in just a few months, destroyed 258 enemy vehicles. His ability to inflict such heavy losses on the enemy in such a short amount of time made him one of the most effective tank commanders in the entire war. Versatility and adaptability on the battlefield. Another key to Poole's success was his ability to adapt to different situations. While he was best known for his tank battles, he was also highly effective against other types of targets, such as infantry and lightly armored vehicles. This versatility made him even more dangerous on the battlefield. In one battle near Dyson, Belgium, Poole's Sherman destroyed a German Panther at long range. Afterward, he turned his attention to 6 half-tracks full of German soldiers, destroying them all in quick succession. This ability to switch between fighting heavily armored tanks and softer targets made Poole a well-rounded and deadly commander. After his first Sherman tank was destroyed by a German Panzerfaust, a handheld anti-tank weapon, Poole wasted no time. He quickly got into a new tank, which had been upgraded with a 76mm cannon. This cannon had better armor-piercing capabilities, and Poole used the added firepower to destroy even more enemy vehicles in the battles that followed. Leadership and crew effectiveness. Behind every great tank commander is a great crew, and Poole was no exception. One of the reasons for his incredible success was the strong teamwork between him and his crew. Each member of Poole's crew played a critical role in their success. Wilbert "Baby" Richards, the driver, skillfully maneuvered the Sherman through rough terrain, helping the crew avoid enemy fire and position the tank for the best shots. Clarence "Groundhog" Aller, the gunner, was known for his incredible accuracy. He could often destroy enemy tanks with a single shot, making him a crucial part of Poole's success. Bert "Schoolboy" Close, the bow gunner, provided cover for the tank by using the machine guns to fend off enemy infantry. Poole's injuries and continued service. Unfortunately, Poole's combat career came to an abrupt end on September 19, 1944, during an attack near Münsterbusch, Germany. While leading another assault, Poole's tank was hit by a German anti-tank gun, and he was seriously injured. The explosion caused Poole to lose one of his legs, ending his time as a frontline tank commander. Despite this, Poole's military career didn't end there. After a long period of recovery, Poole returned to the Army, not as a combatant, but as an instructor. He spent the rest of the war training new tank crews, passing on the lessons he had learned in battle. His knowledge and experience helped shape the next generation of tank commanders, ensuring that his influence on the war continued even after his days on the battlefield were over. Poole's legacy, recognition, and long-term impact. Lafayette Poole's incredible combat achievements did not go unnoticed. He received several military honors for his bravery and leadership, including the Distinguished Service Cross, the second highest military award for valor in combat, the Silver Star for gallantry in action, the Legion of Merit, recognizing his exceptional military service, the Purple Heart, awarded for the injuries he sustained in battle, the French Croix de Guerre with Bronze Star, a French military decoration for his role in the liberation of France, the Belgian Fourragère, honoring his role in liberating Belgium. Poole was also nominated twice for the Congressional Medal of Honor, although he did not receive it. Despite this, his legacy remains as one of the greatest tank commanders in history. His ability to lead his crew, outthink the enemy, and destroy massive amounts of enemy equipment left an indelible mark on World War II. His record of 258 enemy vehicles destroyed in such a short period remains unmatched, cementing his place as one of the most effective tank aces in military history. So what part of Poole's story did you find most interesting? Please let us know in the comments. And if Lafayette Poole's incredible journey inspired you, be sure to like, share, and subscribe for more stories of legendary figures from history. Until then, have a good day.